Hello everyone, today we're going to learn how to create and launch a virtual machine in Microsoft Azure. What is Azure? Well, Azure pretty much is a Microsoft cloud platform. It offers hundreds of services like virtual machines that we're going to do today, databases, AI tools, networking, and a lot when I mean a lot of storage. And this is all hosted in Microsoft Data Center. So let's say instead of buying and maintaining the physical server, which is a pretty penny, you can do the next best thing and you can just rent it. And that's what Azure does. It gives you the virtual option, which I find it extremely helpful, especially if you want to keep learning and you can't afford a physical thing. Azure is, personally, I see it as the next best thing. A quick disclaimer: Azure is going to ask for a debit or credit card to sign up, but don't worry. When you sign up for Azure, it's going to ask you for a debit or credit card. They're not going to charge you right away, but the main reasons why they do ask is for identity check, so they know that you're a real person and not just a bot. Also fraud prevention, and also the other thing that Azure does by adding your card, they give you a $200 in free credits for 30 days. From my experience, personally for me, I have used a lot of the Azure components and I still have plenty of enough credit that I can still continue on using Azure. From personal experience, and I could say they're not stealing my money, basically, just so if you want to know that as well. So these are the steps that we're going to follow. We're going to create an Azure account. We're going to create a resource group in Azure. We're going to create a virtual machine, and then we're going to launch and connect to your virtual machine. Pretty simple, and I'll explain more as we go. So moving forward, first of all, you want to go to azure.microsoft.com, and then you press on get started with Azure and try Azure for free. You select that. So if you do have a Microsoft account, you can definitely use that and connect with it. If you don't, we're going to create one. And so we're going to create one. So at this point, choose an email that you will like. Alright, so fill it out. It's going to send you a code to the email of your choice. So go to the email. It's going to give you a code. For me, it's this 2 4, and it's gonna proceed on, and then you're just gonna add the month, the day, and the year. I'm just gonna put a random 97, and then just put whatever, John C. Then it's gonna proceed on to more details about you. So, and over here it also gives you it tells you about the credit that I was talking about. So it's going to give you a $200 credit to use in your first 30 days, which I think is plenty of enough for someone that is just starting and is just trying to keep on learning and not be hindered by the physical things that they can't have. But the next best thing is virtually, which this is absolutely perfect. That's how I see it. And so you're gonna fill this out. So no personal use, John C. Then you're gonna put in a random number. I'm going to put a random number. You don't put a random number. You actually put your phone because you're gonna actually use this. And I'm just gonna put random. Actually, I'm gonna put a random address. So you're gonna fill that out. You're gonna fill this out, put in all your personal information, and so we're gonna fix this part. Done. So once you finish filling out your profile, it's gonna say let's verify your address, and it's gonna give you the option let's use this address. So select on it, and it's gonna bring you back to the main profile section. And this is where I remember I had to just wait a bit until it sends you to the next section of adding your debit or credit card. So just wait a bit until it sends you to the next section. After you finish filling out this profile section, it's going to send you to the identity verification by card, just so it knows it's actually a person, and again, it's not a bot. So what you're going to do is you put your name, your card number, your address, and after you fill this out, it's going to send you to the main homepage where we can begin to actually start our own virtual machine. So moving forward, alright, so it should send you to this main page. And first of all, we're going to begin with making our resource groups. The way I see it is, a resource group is like a folder. So everything that you want to have, like virtual machine, storage, anything like that, is going to be in our resource groups, and it's going to keep everything there pretty organized. So we're going to create. We'll go with your Azure subscription. Resource groups name, I would say my brand one. Select your region, and I'm in the US2, and then just gonna repeat and create. Again, I see it as a folder, so everything that you're gonna be doing in Azure, everything's gonna be stored in your resource group as a folder. Just like in a folder, you would put all your documents there, and once you delete that folder, it's gonna delete everything. The same thing with resource groups. So we press create. And then right here on notifications, resource group, my resource succeeded. And if you don't see it, just reload or go back to resource groups, go on to the search bar and select under resource groups, and you should see the resource group, or aka the folder that we created. So everything that you make is gonna go here, and just keep it organized as well. So it's right here, we see it. Afterwards, we go select on the search bar and select virtual machines, and here is where we create our virtual machine. So you can either press here, create, or press on the plus sign, create, select virtual machine, go to your Azure subscription, and remember how you created a resource group? This is where it's all gonna go. It's gonna be stored. So we're gonna select the my BM01. It's right there. Just select it. It should show up. And now the virtual machine name, we can just call it virtual machine BM test. Virtual machine test. Perfect. Now moving forward, the most important thing I would say is the image, is the OS, the operating system that you want to use, such as Windows, Ubuntu, Linux. Depending on what you want to use, you can select. But for this, we're gonna use Windows 10 Pro version 22H64x64 Gen 2, and it gives us the option free service eligible. And from what I noticed, when it gives you this option, remember how Azure gives you a $200 credit to use all of their resources? Well, what I noticed is that if you select the ones that gives you the option free service eligible, it's not going to drain a lot of your credits. So I would say keep that in mind depending on what you want to use. But also, if you do want to use other OS, you're more than welcome to. It's just up to you. It's going to show and it's going to give you the option if it's free service eligible or not. But just keep that in mind. But you're more than welcome to use them as well. Now for size, this is you can also hover over it and it's going to tell you this is the processing power. I would say that go with one that it gives you a little bit more. So I would say go with the standard D2S. This is the one that I've been using. If you use like a smaller one, like a smaller 1 gig memory, it's gonna go super slow. So go with one that it's a little bit with the 8 gig. And also you can see all sizes. Select on the all sizes, and it's gonna give you all the more information on which one you can use. And also this is where I would say teach yourself how to learn. Let's just say you don't know what this means. Go to Google, go to ChatGPT, go somewhere so you can learn. Because not everything you're gonna learn right there and then. So sometimes you're gonna have to go somewhere else, ask someone that if they have the time, they can tell you what it is. If not, go teach yourself how to learn so you can find the information that you're trying to acquire. And this is what I'm trying to do too, because we have so many resources out there that you can just ask, especially ChatGPT or Google, that can tell you what this means and if this will go well with your virtual machine. So, and you can definitely apply this to anything, especially in the IT field, because you should always constantly be learning. That's something that I'm applying and to myself. Especially so if I don't know what this means, I will go to Google or go to ChatGPT or Reddit or anything that is going to help me understand it a little better. So for me, we're going to exit out of this. What I noticed is that the more gigs that you have, it's going to run a lot faster. So if you choose the 1 gig, it's gonna run pretty slow, so just be careful. So I would say go with this one. It might drain, it shouldn't drain too much of the credit, but just always keep a lookout on how much credit you have left. Now, moving forward, for this one, we're gonna choose our username and password for our administrator account. So this is how we're gonna log in to our virtual machine. So for this one, we're gonna type in lab user, capital L, lab user, and password. We're gonna do capital L, lab user 23456. We're gonna do the same thing. 3456. Perfect. And you want to select the licensing. You want to just check this box to confirm that you're eligible, that you have an eligible Windows license, which you should. And then moving forward, next disk, and we're just building a standard, so a normal virtual machine, so you don't have to really worry about this part. And the networking is pretty much, it's just, this is, you don't have to worry too much about this either. Everything looks fine, you don't have to worry. And again, I don't know everything, so from my understanding, how I'm learning at the moment, I usually leave it like it is now, and it works perfectly fine for me, and it should as well for you. So now we just go on review plus create. And validation passed. And you can tell right here how many the credits is going to apply. So you're just going to go press create. And this is, we're almost there. So this is so cool. We're like pretty much almost finished. And this is so cool. It's just, again, like I said, it's a PC inside a PC. And you can do so much with this. You can learn so much, especially if you can't have the physical. This is the next best thing to keep learning. Just use it as a tool. And that's how I see it. Just so I don't stop, because right now I am saving for a physical one, because I want to create my own home lab. I want to be able to learn more about Cisco eventually. So right now I'm doing what I can with the things that I have, especially in virtually. So I say use this, most definitely use this as a tool to keep learning. All right, it's gonna deploy as well, and also you can hover over your notifications. It's gonna say deployment in progress, and you can also see all the notifications that you did, when you added, when you deleted, when it succeeded, and also it's gonna give you that how much credit you have. So credit remaining. So always keep on the lookout. It's always gonna notify you. So that's another great thing. All right, so we're just gonna sit and wait for a bit. It's gonna take a while. Just be patient with this. But deployment succeeded. Let's go. Okay, deployment has been succeeded. It's gonna notify you. All right, now we're gonna go to our we're gonna go to our virtual machine. So you're gonna hover, or you're gonna select on the search bar, and you want to right click on the search bar, and you want to select virtual machines. And there we see our virtual machine that we created. And you can see this, the operating system's on Windows. It's running, and we can see our resource group name and the name, and we see our IP address. So this is really important right here. This is how we're gonna log. We need this so we can log into our virtual machine. But also, if you want to have more, look into more of this virtual machine, you can hover over the VM test and right click. I mean, not right click, left click. And you can just see everything. The more you can find, the more information about this virtual machine that we have created. And also gives you a private IP address. And it gives you pretty much everything that you selected. And also you can always test and see if you want to change something else. Like, let's just say, for example, that the size for the RAM, you want to change it, you can always change it, and it's going to show right over here eventually once you delete it and start a new one. But I just say play with it, and also just keep a lookout on the credit, how much credit it drains. If it doesn't say free eligible, just so you have an understanding. Okay, so if I select this one, you know how much credit you would have or how much it's going to drain. All right, so We're gonna go to our public IP address. All right, now we're gonna go onto our search bar on our bottom left. You're gonna type in remote desk, or if it doesn't show remote desk, it does for me because I'm usually going on that. So type in remote desktop connections right here, and you wanna paste 2019, just make sure connect. Okay, so this part right here, follow what I'm saying to the T, just so you connect to the virtual machine. So because if you don't, you might be asking yourself if you did anything wrong. You probably did not. It's just follow everything that I'm doing here specifically. So you're gonna press connect, and right here it's gonna give you a login with the wrong username or the email, which does not have anything to do with logging into your virtual machine. So don't type the password in here. Go to select more choices and use a different account. Now, this is where you use putting your username and password so you can log in. So remember how we created on the administrator account our username and password? Now here's where we're going to put this. We're going to put that information here. So we did capital LA lab user, and then capital LA B user 1 2 3 4 5 6, and you're going to press OK, and you're going to press yes, and here we go. There we go. And you're gonna see if we hover our mouse on the top, we're gonna see this blue panel, and it's gonna say our IP address. This is how you can minimize, exit, restore. So I just if you want to go back to your original PC, you can, or if you want to go back to your virtual, select on it. And but yet, we pretty much just created a virtual machine, which is so cool. I am so cool. If you made it all the way to this step, I'm happy, and you get to start playing more. So here, because again, hope you're following everything, because I say select no to everything because we're gonna delete this just so you can save credit and it's not draining you. So just press no on everything, accept. And remember also how I told you to not select the 1 gig but the 8 gig RAM. Imagine selecting the 1 gig. It's going to be so slow. I have tried it and it's so slow. It's so slow that my cursor has it has two cursors. Like it has moving my cursor around, and I can see another cursor at the top right not moving, and then eventually starts moving. So it's just make sure that you don't select the 1 gig. It's gonna annoy you. But you're gonna press continue or exit out of that, and there we go. That's how you make a virtual machine. Now, this is how you're gonna save credit, so all your credit's not drained. So we're gonna exit out of this. We already made a virtual machine. If you don't want to delete it, you don't have to, but I will show you how to delete it so you save your credit. But if you don't, you can always leave it. Just keep in mind, keep looking at how much credit you have, because it's gonna start draining. Your credit's going to start going down a bit. So your OSA will be disconnected. Yes. All right. Now we go back here. Go to Microsoft Azure. Remember how we made a resource group and everything that we made? For some reason, this always automatically creates it. Like it's always going to be made. For some reason. I don't know why, but so we're going to select here. And select it, and then you want to delete resource group because everything inside is going to be deleted. Oh yeah, and it's running right now because the virtual machine is running. It's going to force delete as well the virtual machine that is running. So we're going to copy, and I'm going to select apply force delete for selected virtual machines and virtual machine scale sets. You're going to paste what you copy here and press delete. So it's going to start deleting. And again, this is the reason that we're doing this, just so you can save credit if you're not going to use the virtual machine at all. So for this video, we learn how to create a Microsoft Azure account. We'll learn how to make a resource group. And the resource group is like a folder where you put everything that you're going to be doing in Microsoft Azure that you want to do, such as virtual machines. That's where your virtual machine is going to go. And we learn how to launch our virtual machine with the IP address that Azure gave us when we created our virtual machine in Azure. And we went to our most remote desktop, added our IP, and we launched our virtual machine. And now we are deleting our virtual machine so we can save credit. Now it had been deleted from the notification. Now, so see how, so we deleted on our resource group. Now if you go to our virtual machine, so you go to the search bar and left click on virtual machines. Our virtual machine is deleted. Remember how we did make a virtual machine and we saw the IP and everything? It's going to delete everything inside that resource groups, such as the virtual machine that we created. But yeah, that's pretty much how you make a virtual machine, which is pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool, and just use that as a tool to keep learning. All right, guys, if there's anything that I have probably said or things that you want to comment, please do so. It helps me. I am okay with criticisms or any feedback. It helps me. I don't see it as an offense or anything like that. Just because this is how we help each other, and this is how we just keep on learning and not just and just keep progressing overall. All right, guys. I'll see you guys next time.